Morning. Welcome back to our special series called Expert Connections, where we are connecting with you with experts who can help during this coronavirus pandemic. I'm Julie Holton. I'm the founder and principal strategist of Connections. I want to get right into this morning's topic. By now, we've all heard from experts who talk about how coronavirus is spread through respiratory droplets that can be shared through a sneeze, a cough, or even just talking face to face with someone. This is why social distancing and deep cleaning are two very important factors when it comes to stopping or trying to stop the spread of this virus. So joining us this morning, let me bring him in here, is Nick Aiello with PuroClean of Mid-Michigan. Hey, Nick, thanks for joining me this morning.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Julie.
Well, Nick, I know you guys are really busy, so I appreciate you taking the time to really give us some peace of mind. I know we were kind of just chatting offline a little bit. I feel like everything I touch, I'm second guessing, even in my house, like what am I touching and how am I cleaning right and all of that. And so that's what I want to focus on talking with you, because PuroClean of Mid-Michigan really focuses on all sorts of biohazard cleanup, which includes cleanup from viruses like coronavirus. So can you talk to us? I know right now we have a lot of businesses, for example, that are closed. And so what are you doing with these businesses that are closed to make sure that, to the best that we can, that maybe there isn't any contamination?
Sure. So what we're offering right now amidst our government shutdown, we all know that we're sitting upon a 3-week shutdown of all non-essential businesses. We're reaching out to businesses of all shapes and sizes, be it an office building, be it restaurants, be it schools, churches, gyms, high traffic areas, and we're offering what's called a pre-cleaning. So what we do is we come in and we do a pre and post test with a third-party scientific team that we work with. And after the pre-test, we go through and we clean all the high traffic areas. So tabletops, any horizontal surfaces, doorknobs, keyboards, places that get touched heavily by hands in traffic. And after our cleaning, the scientific team, the third-party team, will come back through and they'll do a post-test to show that our cleaning has met the standards and guidelines of their protocol. And what we're doing this for really is to offer businesses peace of mind. It's not necessarily that the business that we're cleaning had someone who was infected with the virus working for them or had a customer come in, but we've entered kind of a new realm in society where people are going to be concerned even after this epidemic is over. So our key is to offer what we're labeling as peace of mind.
And that makes sense for sure. And Nick, I know we were talking, you were telling me you've been in some restaurants, for example, and again, and I know we've got some video on your Facebook page, so people want to see what some of this cleaning looks like. But again, these are businesses that have not had any known outbreak or something of that sort. You're going in and cleaning for peace of mind and making sure that everything's above par. What kind of cleaning solvents are you using? I know there's some, there's a lot of specific things about what you're using.
So yeah, without getting into too much detail as far as what the actual product is, what we use is an EPA-approved non-toxic chemistry that follows a protocol with a cleaning first and then a disinfecting followed after. So everything we use is EPA-approved, non-toxic. It's not harmful to anyone, to the touch, to breathe. In truth be told, you could even drink the product and not be harmed by it. So that's the other thing we're selling is a lot of these cleaning companies are going through and they're using pesticides or products that could lead to a whole another realm of problems aside from the coronavirus after the fact. And everything we use is completely not toxic.
Yeah, and I just imagine with all of the bleach being used right now in homes and washing toys, and we have to be really careful that we're not creating a different sort of problem by cleaning. So Nick, I'm glad you mentioned that. You also have given some really helpful information about what surfaces we should focus on. Specifically, you were talking about horizontal surfaces. Why is that so important?
So in all the studies that we've seen regarding the virus rests on horizontal surfaces. It's less likely to be found on walls or anything that's sitting vertical, but it's going to be your tabletops, it's going to be your desks, it's going to be your counters, your doorknobs and handles that people touch on a frequent basis. So it's important that you focus on those, and you're not worried so much about scrubbing the walls from ceiling to floor and burning yourself out to that extent. It's horizontal and high traffic, which we found is most important.
Okay, and I know you also provide a service that helps to deal with disaster planning. Can you talk about that a little bit? Some of the cataloging and things that you're doing for businesses?
Sure, absolutely. So I don't think anyone was truly prepared for this virus outbreak, right? And that's the first thing we noticed as we started to mount a plan of attacking this. As we reached out to more and more businesses, what became apparent is very few businesses have any kind of plan in place, let alone a plan for a biomedical outbreak. So what we're offering businesses free of charge during this time of extreme uncertainty is disaster planning. So what we'll do is we'll come into your business with cameras, and we'll do a three-dimensional rendering of your entire business. It's similar to like you'd see like a virtual tour on like a real estate website, right? And we'll keep that cataloged. You'll get a copy of it. We'll have a copy of it. And any disaster that happens in the future, be it biomedical, be it a water break, be it a fire, be it mold, we'll have your business on file, and we'll be able to properly put a plan in place as to how to rectify that disaster.
Wow. Okay. And Nick, what is the best way for people to contact you if they have any questions?
So the best way to reach us is our 24-hour phone number, which is 517-292-8700. That phone number rings 7 different phones. We answer it day and night. We answer it on the weekends. We've never actually had a call in our history that has gone to voicemail. So someone's always picked up the phone. And you can always reach us at our website as well, which is just www.puroclean.com/HP-MI, which I believe is scrolling at the bottom of the screen here right now. But the phone is honestly the best way to reach us.
Nick, is there anything else any other messages that you have for people that you want them to be aware of?
I think the important thing during this time of uncertainty is to keep doing what you're doing. So social distancing, which we've heard in nauseum now, it's probably going to be the word of 2020, and we're only into March, right? You just got to keep doing that. I know it's frustrating. You and I were talking offline. We're kind of getting cabin fever already. I love my family, but being at home with my family for now what feels like months, is in reality only been a couple weeks, is starting to take a toll. But as long as we can get through this, I feel like we can get through anything.
Absolutely, Nick. I completely agree. And I remember when you and I were talking, we actually, you were our very first interview that we did in this Expert Connections series. And it was hey, okay, let's go on in 30 minutes and tell people what they need to know. And I remember during that interview, you said, people just need to be patient with one another. They need to be kind to one another. And that has stood with me for the last 2 weeks that we've been doing all of these interviews, because at the end of the day, we're all going through this together in some form or another, personally, professionally, with our businesses. And so, Nick, I really appreciate you coming on to share some of this information with us. And thank you to your entire team for what you're doing to really help our businesses and our communities to make sure that we're staying safe.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Julie.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. And for everyone else, join us. We're going to continue this series starting at 1 o'clock, about Just an hour and a half from now, we're going to talk with Nikolai Luke of Simplified Tax and Accounting, and so many tax changes to be aware of. And so he's going to take your questions live. We're going to talk through what these changes are for businesses, but also for individuals. And some individuals may still want to file, even though that federal tax deadline has been extended. So I'm going to ask Nick all about this. And so that will be coming up today at 1 o'clock. We will see you then.